Okay, Coach, it is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Down. 30 base.
Coming.
On first down, Castle. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Castle. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Got it.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, check. 59.
Get it.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mike's 59. Silver.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll try the left side. It's long, and he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Look at the dance and the juke. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Go, go, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Castle. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
1st down, Los Angeles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Echo. Mike's 57's Mike. Go.
From the gun, Hamilton. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. Bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
61. Matchbox lights.
Throwing again, Hamilton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a pickup of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Ready up. X3. 218. Chopper.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. Castle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Hamilton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Looking to throw. Hamilton. This is White on the screen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Call that a 46-yard punt with a on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Hamilton. Throwing left side, it's complete. 25 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the run. Hey, check 20. Over.
Check 31, check 31.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Chargers 3, Bengals nothing.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
I'm coming after you.
Safe. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Hamilton. And this is complete. It's Allen. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Some experience and some moxie. You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Man up, D.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Big stop, let's go.
Here's White. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
You Mike 52, Mike 52. So don't say nothing.
Back to throw. Hamilton. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Check 24, check 24.
Come. Go.
Now a give right side. It's long. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
Oh, yeah!
Ready. 18 Gator.
9. You're trash, you're trash.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Let's go.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down.
Ready.
Check, 59, 59.
I got one. Check 3.
On first down, it's long. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check 4. 2.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Yeah, baby.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
80 weapon.
Now Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Focus, defense, focus. Out. Switch.
From the gun, Hamilton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Watch twist. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Shift. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, let's get this.
To throw again, Hamilton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, there was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
I got him.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hamilton. Wide open receiver complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go. Let's do this.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 1st and 10, Hamilton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack, because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Hamilton. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
I'm 6'6", pull it high. Back to you. Slam, slam.
You're out.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Go, boys, bring it up.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Sack City. Sack City, baby.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Rock it. Check 50. Check 26. Check 26. Get it.
Hot.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Mixon with a first down carry. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run on first down. It's long. This time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
I'm coming. 57. Mike, 57.
Here we go.
Jones operating from the gun. He completes it to Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, exit. Gone. Go.
Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
You can't block me.
Hey!
Check. Motion out of the backfield.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw.
Check the out.
He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
A 31-yard attempt.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Hamilton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
It's going to be a long.
You draw quarter.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Get it.
On first down, Hamilton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First down, Chargers.
On the set.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Undercrush. Topper. Snap.
First down, here's White. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Ready up.
52, Mike, 52. Hey, they scared. They scared.
5.
Back to throw. Hamilton. He's got White here. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it with White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up in an offset eye. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run. This is White. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. On 4th down, Hamilton. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Ready. 10 Lobo. Watch the ball.
To throw from his end zone, Jones. Open man there is Malone. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Jam. Ship.
Look, squeeze.
Watch out.
Now a give, right side. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Bound to lose one.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Run, go!
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
He's checking.
Pilot, 64, weak. Now.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to them. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Throwing on 1st down, Hamilton. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
the mic, boys. 52.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Slam, slam, slam.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Big river, big river.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hamilton. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. He gets this one to Boyd. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Hit it.
On 1st down. It's long, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Oh, you got deep?
Hatch it, hatch it. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Joker, 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 joker.
Go, go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
57's the mic, 57's the mic.
61, matchbox lights.
Watch the screen.
Hey, wahoo. Let's go.
Jones now operating from the gun. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively.
Come on now, let's go.
So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 47-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, it's Mixon, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready?
The mic. 57's the mic. Blue Dan, blue Dan.
He can run for it, and he will. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts.
The Chargers take over
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10. Again, Hamilton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Hamilton. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Shift. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
From the gun, Hamilton. Got his man on the comebacker. That's Cochran. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
On 1st and 10, Hamilton. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Cincinnati, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.